this is Constance from Mysterious Galaxy. I am very happy because we have Ashley Poston. Did I do that correctly? You just told me I feel. Thank you. I was like, the way my brain works, I'll be like, yes, I'm going to say what she told me to, and I will say exactly the wrong thing. We have Ashley Poston in the house, and we have Rebecca Coffindaffer. Wait, did I say it right?
Nailed it. Did it in one.
Woo! Okay, awesome. Now that the hard part of the introduction is out of the way, as you can tell, I'm so excited that we have these amazing, amazing authors with us tonight. You know, this is really kind of the best way you could kick off like a Monday, because Mondays aren't that fun, but like, you can't get much better than this. And I am just so, so excited. For Ashley, we are celebrating her new book, Among the Beasts and Briars.
Oh, it's so shiny.
It is beautiful.
It's not shiny yet, but it's going to be shiny, and there's going to be foil. It's going to look real hot.
Oh, it's like extra fancy.
I might end up wanting to just marry my book, and then I will.
That's valid.
Well,
you know,
all my other books
to
also.
marry inanimate objects. If you were going to pick a year to marry an inanimate object, 2020 is the year.
This is the year. This is the year.
That's true.
This is the year to do it.
And your cute little friend. Hello,
Meow.
Hello, Fox.
His name is Fox for reasons.
Oh, Fox plushie. Yes, plushies always get love. And also, we are here for Rebecca's new book as well, Crown Chasers. Do we get another?
She is pretty.
You have beautiful, beautiful books.
I love it so much.
I am going to stop being selfish and hoarding these authors because they're so freaking fun to talk to. So I will let them talk to you about themselves as authors, their awesome new books that are out. The Vanillite section, as you guys are familiar with. If you have questions, there is a beautiful button down below that says ask a question. As that would imply, click that, and that is where you can ask our authors questions. And there's no better way to support an author than to purchase their book. Yes, I am a bookseller, and I do have a bias if I say that, but you should buy these books because they're amazing and awesome. And you can also get personalized book plates with them. So if you also look down there, there is a buy book button in which you can find all the information and buy both of them. I will quit gabbing. And are you ready, Ashley? I'm going to walk away.
Walk off! Yes, you did it! It's so good! A plus! Oh.
That was appropriately dramatic. I liked it.
Amazing. A plus. It's almost like we're actually there.
It is, even though we're all hours apart.
Yes, even though it's like 10 p.m. here, and it's what time is it in your neck of the woods?
It is 9 p.m. here. It is like usually Becca's bedtime. This is usually bedtime for me.
This is not bedtime for
No,
me.
You're much later than I am.
I'm like, what is 4 a.m. bedtimes anymore? It's fine.
I get up sometimes at that time. So like we could mix that way.
What?
Yeah.
You get up at 4 a.m.?
Not often, but I like 5 to 5:30 is pretty typical.
Sorry, my brain is short.
You just shut down. You just shut down. You're like, I'm broken now.
I'm broken. I can't do it. I don't get up until like noon. Okay.
That's fair.
But
see, I think it all evens out in the end.
I hope
Hey, we should talk about books because we both have books.
Oh, do we have to?
Actually, we don't super have to. I've started watching Inuyasha. We could just talk about anime. I figured that would get that reaction.
Yes.
You're so close to the screen.
Let's talk about Inuyasha.
Oh my god. That was everything I could have hoped for from that reaction. That was amazing.
Hold on. Wait a second. You said Inuyasha. I have my sweatpants on. Wait up. Hold up. If there's one plushie, I have more than one plushies. Let's do my Inuyasha plushie.
Amazing. They should definitely sit together on your lap.
They should. Here we go.
Yep.
Right
there
here.
We go.
perfect.
That is perfection.
You can tell how old this plushie is because his hair is coming off.
So I thought it was just supposed to be floppy. Oh no, yep.
It's like a toupee now. And it's okay, Inuyasha. We know you're a dad, but you're a good dad now, aren't you? Yes, you are.
Yeah. It's all okay. We still love you.
It's all okay. Yeah. So now that I've definitely weeded out, how are you liking Inuyasha?
So I'm only on the first season. I wanted to get into anime, and I was like, I was searching for some recommendations, but also my little sister was super into Inuyasha a few years ago, and so I was like, you know what, why don't I just start there? There's a whole bunch of stuff on Hulu, so absolutely delighted by it. Just, I don't know, like, I just like all of it. Like, what was it? There was some sort of particular shipping trope on the most recent episode. Oh, it was he got poisoned, and so he was, like, confessing that she smells good.
Oh, no! It was episode 13! The new moon and the black-haired Inuyasha! I know that!
Yes, it was! He was human and he was, like, confessing it, and I'm like, this is one of my things. This is one of my things where he's gonna
That's why I wrote this book. That scene was why I wrote this book.
Hey, look at that. We accidentally talked about our books without even trying.
But yeah, no, that episode was the reason I wrote this book. I was like, I want to invoke like the same like squishy feelings that I feel in that episode. And so I was like, let's do it.
And I have to say, now that I know that that's like absolutely the same squishy feeling. So extremely well done there, because it hit all of the same shipping vibes that I love so much from that episode.
Yay! I'm so excited. Speaking of like crack ships though, like I love Alyssa and Hell Monkey. You have no idea. You literally have no idea. You took my favorite things about like Mass Effect and you just like, you know, like times 10. I was like, oh no, this is exactly my cup of tea.
When you hit that point in a book or something, you're like, oh no, I'm gonna have to go down with this ship. Like,
this entire ship.
I'm going to have to, like, strap myself to the mast. This is going to be a problem.
Yeah, like, I kept reading it, and I was like, this is not going to go the way I hope this is going to go, is it? This is not going to go the way I want it to go. But I would 100% die for them. 100%.
I'm extremely glad for that, because I always feel really weird writing, like, I know how important ships are to me. So obviously, in terms of fictional stuff, gray asexual, but very romantic, like love my ships, would absolutely sail and die for them.
Same. Absolutely same.
Right. So like but like I feel weird about trying to write them into books. Like I never feel like I do it very well. I always feel like I'm approaching the romantic aspects of a book on tiptoes, going like, oh God, I hope I did that okay.
I feel the exact same way, actually. It might be a part of being ace, because like you're kind of like feeling in the dark a little bit because you experience sexual attraction differently than like normal romantic people. But yeah, I feel the exact same way, and I'm like, oh no, is this too soft, or is this like not? Am I not going hard enough with this ship to actually like?
Am I landing it? Like, is it coming across? Especially when it's, you know, the subplot and it's not like the primary plot. So it's weird. It's a weird balance to try to find.
It really is, especially in a subplot when you only have like certain scenes where you can really like talk about like those relationships and how to, and like, you know, further them. Speaking of which, I am also super down for Faye, Alyssa, and Hell Monkey, but that's just me. I am a throuple. It's fine.
That's, you know what? I mean, I'm also open to this, you know, as a possible ending, except that in the second book, I wrote a lot more about with her lady, Honor Winger, Faye's lady, and I like them as a couple too, so it might have to be a quartet in the end.
Oh, okay. I'm super fine with a quartet. I cut my teeth on fanfic. There's nothing that you could say and I'd be like, nah.
There's no shame in just the puppy pile ending.
Just everyone loves each other.
Yes, exactly. I'm very much on board. That was my ideal Star Wars ending, was a puppy pile. But
and who doesn't love puppies?
Puppies are great.
Exactly.
They're fantastic.
They are. They're just so
okay.
sweet.
So let's do maybe something a little bit more like serious book crafty. I mean, we don't have to, because I was just what I was actually thinking about when we were talking about like trying to build the romantic subplots in is I have this like strong memory of Fox, and is it Ceres? How do you say her name?
That's a fun story.
Okay, never mind. Let's go down this rabbit hole. How do you, the main character's name?
so fun story. I don't know if like you ran into this, but I was raised on Hooked on Phonics, which means I pronounce everything exactly wrong. Like everyone says it's D in Heart of Iron, but I say die. Everyone's like, oh, I love D, and I'm like, who?
Who's that?
oh, die. And like the worst part is that I do a play on words with his name a few times, and I'm like, oh no, did that not come through like 90% of the time? Because I was raised on Hooked on Phonics. Who knows? But I blame The Witcher
Phonics did not work for you.
It did not. It really did not. But I blame The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt for the reason I got the main character's name in Among the Beasts and Briars wrong for 2.5 years. So I love The Witcher, like the series. It's problematic out the wazoo, but it's like it's trash, and I still fan it. But so there's this like really awesome like girl in the game who's, they say her name is Ceres, and it's spelled Cerys.
Oh yeah.
And I have been saying Ceres' name as Ceres for like 2.5 years. And then when the audiobook narration like pronunciation guide came around, because like FYI, you have to give the audiobook narrators like Hooked on Phonics sort of like pronunciations of all the names, right? And I had to look it up because they're like, Ashley, it's not Ceres. And I'm like, what? What? It's not? And as it turns out, they said Ceres' name wrong in The Witcher the entire time. It's actually Karis.
That is not where I thought that this would end.
Yeah.
That when we started. Karis.
It's Karis.
But, okay, but here's my thing is like, how can they tell you it's not that? It's your character.
Well, okay, so I based Aloria, the kingdom that this is based off of, Irish and Welsh mythologies and like culture. So yeah.
then yeah, okay.
Like I think Anwen is Welsh, and so is Karis. So yeah.
I can definitely see that. All right.
Fun story.
So, Karis, to go way back to the beginning of this is that there's a moment when Fox is, like, remembering, like, the back of her neck, like, just, like, the softness of her, and, like when he's thinking about her, and something about that particular detail in the book, and I was like, I will love them forever now. And, like, I don't know, just those little soft, intimate observations, I think, can make all the difference in a book between me going, like, this ship is fine, and I'm sorry, I've actually built this ship with my bare hands, and I will be sailing it all the way to the end of the world. So
yep. Like, it's like those little tiny details that you find as you like write more and more, like it's those small details that readers latch on to because they're characterizing moments, right? And same with like witty banter. Like your banter in Crown Chasers is amazing, and like I thought I was pretty good at witty banter, but then I read yours and I was like, well, guess I have some work to do. It's so good and clean and fun, and like it's not just witty banter for the heck of it, like, and a lot of people just do witty banter for the heck of it. Like, you actually keep the plot moving, and that's so hard to do. It's so hard. And I just, when I was reading it, I was so green with envy the entire time, because I was like, she did something that took me 2 years to figure out.
I mean, in fairness, like, actually, I don't actually know what my follow. I mean, I have had like a couple of books before this one. Like, this is my debut, but I have definitely had a lot of trial and error. I don't know. It's weird to me. I have always loved dialogue, and I've always loved witty banter. But it's only like, I think when I was around 30, I think I realized that I had the possibility, like, that people found me funny, and but I still didn't put it on the page. And so writing this book was like, I'm going to try and be funny. Oh God, that is terrifying. You
did it really well. It is, because like everyone's humor is different.
And that is the biggest hands down accomplishment. I wrote a book. Great. That's cool. Awesome. Very cool. I wrote some things that and lots of people think they're funny. Just hands down, the gold medal. Like, I will make myself a little trophy for that.
It's so good and fun, and it was literally exactly what I needed in this hellscape. Like, I just
that's good.
I am all about finding books that make you feel like happy, but also like, oh no, are they going to make it? But like, in the end, like, this author knows what she's doing. She knows her end game. Like, they know what they're doing. And I just absolutely
I'm glad
love that.
I gave that impression.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You did. You know exactly what you're doing.
Sure.
Give me that.
Kind of. I want to talk about Fox. Okay, look, I want to talk about Fox.
We can't talk about him too much because there are a lot of spoilers in just saying his name.
Okay. I guess Fox as a character has a particular Fox's character arc.
I'm
trying to tread.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point everyone knows there's a fox that turns into a really cute boy, right? Right? Everyone knows there's a fox.
Really cute boy. What I loved about Fox's character arc is like this main weakness that he has to overcome through the book. It felt so true and so it's so interesting. Like, it's not what I'm used to seeing in a romantic interest in a book. And I just I'm just dropping that in there, be all like, that was awesome. As soon as I started to encounter it on the page, I was like, this is absolutely what the arc would probably be. And that is amazing. And also awesome, Ashley. So I want...
Stop it! You're making me blush.
That is my goal here.
Stop it! Are we just going to keep on trying to outdo each other with compliments? Because
absolutely, I told you we're that Spider-Man pointing meme tonight. That is what I want, as carefully as you can without giving away too many spoilers, which if you guys have not pre-ordered, it comes out next week. I'm very excited to get mine. How you developed Fox and came about with that and figured out that arc.
So I knew I needed to have someone to juxtapose against Karis. In the audiobook, she says she's Karis, so I'm trying to normalize the new normal here. The audiobook is also two different people reading, so it's not just Sarah's, it's Karis and Fox. So.
Awesome! That's so cool.
And Fox's voice is so good. I was like, yes, this is it.
Excellent.
I was like, excellent. Everyone will be foaming at the mouth for this boy. It's great. So I needed. So Karis has one character arc that's like based on duty and what she has to do and what she doesn't think she can do. And I needed another character to like rub up against that, basically, to be the exact opposite, and for her to learn from him and for him to learn from her. Because I had written like the first few drafts just from Karis's point of view, and like there was something that just wasn't quite clicking. So eventually things happened, and I figured out that I need a Fox POV. So I dusted off the old first person boy character thing, and I was like, let's do this. And Fox turned out to be like a lot more like me and my insecurities as a teenager than I want to readily admit. He's so afraid of failing, and Karis is so afraid of failing, and that's how they meet together. And I just wanted to write a book about not failing.
Yeah. That fear of failure, though, like, so resonated so close. I was just like, oh my gosh, I really feel for you, babies. I do not have to save a kingdom, but I understand this precipice from maybe a less politically big standpoint, more of a personal standpoint, but still.
I mean, also in Crown Chasers, Alyssa has her own like really big character arc she has to go through. What can I say?
I just think it's like as soon as one of us starts, the other one's like, what, I can talk about your book though.
No. What I'm saying is, I think Alyssa's character arc is absolutely amazing because she is given this opportunity. Like, she thinks she's given this opportunity that she doesn't actually want, and I really love that.
I also inflicted a lot of my own stuff. I've been talking about the book and realizing that basically I just use my characters as therapy on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And for her, it was a mimicry of my own arc when I was younger, coming to terms with this position of self within society and this idea that, we're not just developing ourselves as individuals, we are stepping into a society, and what is our role within that, and what is our responsibility, what do we owe to the people around us. So and
it's such a powerful message, especially right now.
Well, and I'm going to be honest, I was writing it was post 2016, so you're coming up with this character who's this sort of niece of an emperor in a galactic empire. Like, you can't not rub up against that. As much as I love Reluctant Heroes, like, you have to rub up against that whole concept of what does she owe with her position to everybody else in the empire. Like, sure, it'd be great if she could just run around in a spaceship all the time, but that's not, like, it's bigger than that. And so she kind of has to come to that scope and deal with change, which I'm terrified of. So I always make my characters go through change. Yeah,
I also absolutely hate change as well. And I think that's why I like cling to like transformation narratives. But yeah, no, you're like, her character arc resonated so deeply with me because like it's so easy to just like turn your back and to walk away and to be like, I'm being selfish because like I'm taking care of me. But then at what point are you supposed to like care about other people and care about your community and your nation or your kingdom or your 1,001 planets and like and the people who don't have voices and what you can do, and that really resonated. And you did so well. And also like you did so many things well. And like the whole like stuff about like, colonizers and like you did not like shy away from any of that. And I was like, yes, this is it. And
oh my gosh. That was nerve-wracking, but also like it's another one of those things where it's like, you can't not. Like, you talking about a space empire, you can't not talk about which planets are there by choice, which planets are there not by choice, who wants to be there, who doesn't want to be there, who got absorbed by force. Like, I mean, Yeah, it's tough because you're trying to balance, I think, in science fiction and fantasy, in both of our like books, you want to talk about deeper issues, but you also have like you have to sort of thread them in through a faster paced, more
Mhm.
more hooky plot. And so trying to find that balance between I need to like address this and
Mhm.
I need to also make sure I'm still telling a story is
Mhm.
difficult.
It's really hard, yeah. And like I ran into the same thing with talking about Vorin and like how it's like this like secular thing that's off to the side that everyone kind of forgot about. So I think like it was Natalie Parker who actually like who blurbed it, who was like, you need to talk some more about this before like it goes to final print. And so like I love also having like other readers like saying like, oh, you missed this one thing, but like you're on the right track. And I absolutely, I don't know what I would do without readers, like without beta readers and without other authors, like, you know, looking in the corners where you don't know where to look, you know.
Agreed. Absolutely. I think so. I've actually had Tessa Gratton read both of these books, which is Natalie Parker's wife.
Yep.
Specifically to look at some of those things because she does such a great job of thinking of the bigger scope and the, you know, and the political scope within art. And so I've had her read these to make sure, like, because it's so hard to see it when you're in it. Am I walking that line? Am I
Yep.
able to sort of thread the needle with this stuff? You know, we never actually like introduced our books at all.
We never did
that.
we? Wow.
No, we just started
Okay.
talking about Inuyasha, and I just realized right now that I'm like, so
Like, oh, do they even know what Crown Choosers or Among the Bees and Briars are about, or are they just like ship worthy?
Here's what you need to know about Among the Beasts and Briars. It
No,
is
no. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm doing this.
All right.
It is this gorgeous dark fairy tale. There is such wonderful atmosphere in this book. I'm gonna say Ceres. That is not how you say it, but there is an excellent relationship between Caris,
Yeah.
Caris, and Fox, and the journey that they go through, and how their relationship grows is absolutely incredible. I want to live inside this the world and the atmosphere of this book. Maybe not necessarily the forest at the beginning because it's kind of creepy.
But at the
Actually,
end,
I still do because there's such cool creepiness in it. So you should get it if you love dark fairy tale, atmospheric, and also ships that make your heart flutter.
speaking of ships that make your heart flutter, Crown Chasers is about the niece of the emperor who, you know, dies. And instead of like crowning her empress because she doesn't want to be, he enacts a crown chase, which is basically a bunch of royal kids, and they go on a chase to find the royal sigil on one of the 1001 planets. But as it turns out, it's a little bit more complicated than that, and there's some like machinations happening behind the scenes. But what you actually really only need to know about this is that it is so queer and so gay and so it's just like so many like the same like queer, all of it, it's so good. It is. I cried more than once. That's all you need to know. I cried more than once, and I wanted to punch a few people in the face.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just, when I read it, I wished I had read it before I wrote Heart of Iron, because like it's like Crown Chasers is like the feel that I wanted Heart of Iron to have. And like you just it's so good. Like,
oh man,
it's so good. I can't. It's
now I can. I was about to say a cuss word. I'm not gonna say it. Family establishment.
Mostly family establishment. But yes, please read it. It is fantastic, especially if you love sci-fi. Basically, Lara Croft, like, treasure hunts with like political machinations. Hooked on phonics, guys.
Yeah.
Machinations.
Hooked on phonics.
It's fine. But it is so good. And Hell Monkey.
My cinnamon roll space boy.
He's the best himbo. Like 10 out of 10 would himbo him. Just he's just such a good himbo.
I do like a himbo. I do. I like himbo characters.
Look, it's so hard to write a good himbo. Like, it's so hard to write a good himbo. And he's at the top.
I don't know what it says that I wrote a lot of myself into Hell Monkey. And he's a himbo. But I did this is the book, I'm like, all right, this is they're both reckless, but he's gonna be the one that likes a captain, likes direction, likes to stay busy.
Darn straight he does.
Yep. There we go.
I love him so much. And I also love how your main character is just pansexual and like doesn't even like this, like it's not an issue. It's just like, and I love how like your world is just so LGBTQIA plus like friendly, and how it's not thought about. It just is. And like I love sinking into stories like that, because like you always like dream of the world you want,
That's really what I wanted it to be that way, because I wanted it to be there was a lot of aspects where I inflict pain on my characters, but I didn't want this to be one of them.
Yes, same.
So yeah, so I wanted to basically start from the perspective of everyone's queer, and that's more the running assumption. Like space is gay.
Space is
gay.
So gay.
So
listen, there's a binary star for a reason.
So yeah, I don't mind making things hurt for my characters, but I didn't not like that. So
good. It's just, yeah, that's one of my favorite things in a book, when it's just like, surprise, they're gay and no one cares. A+, and I'm like, yes.
Yes, because it's just, I think all queer narratives are super important.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm looking for escapism, sometimes it's just nice to have that.
Yes.
Just to know that is like safe. That's a space you can go to, and it's just like, I don't have to worry about this thing.
Mm-hmm. And it wasn't the story you wanted to tell.
No, it wasn't. I don't know that those are like, I don't know that that's a space that is something that I will necessarily explore. I tend to go back to my nerddoms and my nerd stories mostly. And I think, there's a lot of people telling those stories extremely well in YA and middle grade too, that they're doing that good work.
They are. They're tackling the things with chops that we don't have. Or at least true. I don't have. I don't probably have it. I just, like I don't think I could, because of like past issues with like my own history. But yeah, I'm so thankful for the authors who do.
Yeah, agreed. Okay.
Ooh, well, that got really serious.
I know it did. Do we want to do some questions to see?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Ooh, one of the ones at the top.
Yes.
We got a couple at top for you, so I'm going to ask them to you. The one at the top of the votes for Ashley. Would you ever write a Heart of Iron prequel?
I'm assuming you mean the Siege and Tally story. How they met and everything. I would like to. I would not do it from Siege's point of view. One, because Siege is a Black woman, and that's not my story to tell, no matter if she's my character. But I would from like maybe Tallies or even Die, like way back when, before things. It would be fun just to have like just to talk about Rasavant's son. But I don't know. I have some short fictions that I'm doing over on my Twitter, and you might see some shorts with Siege and Tally. You never know. So
I
yeah.
was reading it today. I saw that on your Twitters.
Yeah, I just why not? There's so much on the timeline that's terrible. Why not give them some kisses?
Absolutely, 100%. It saves us from doom scrolling all the time.
That's it. That's the key.
All right, here's another one. Ash, since you mentioned 2 years ago that Among the Beasts and Briars was Inuyasha meets Studio Ghibli, what do you think of the new sequel anime to Inuyasha called I'm not going to say that right.
Yashahime. So I have not seen Yashahime yet. And I have not seen it yet because I'm on a very strict deadline for a project that is not yet announced. So I have until December 1st to finish this book. Don't ask me how far I am. Just don't do it. Don't do it. But I am going to watch it. I am so excited. I've tried to like not get any spoilers, so I've like blocked Inuyasha on Twitter, on Instagram, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that moment. So
all right, so no spoilers for Ash, guys.
Please, no spoilers.
Keep it Inuyasha clean.
Please.
I mean,
unless it's that Rin married Sesshomaru and blinked twice. I need to know if that shit became canon.
Just put blink in the chat. All right.
Oh, that's the rumor that's going around. Okay.
Okay, so not confirmed yet.
They're blinking twice.
Thank you. See, perfect. All right. This one is a general. This is, what were your inspirations for each story? Did you come up with the characters first, world building, or plot?
Go first.
Oh, okay. I usually either go main character first or world building first, and this one was 100% main character first. I was looking to tackle a project that had first person perspective for my agent sit, because she really just wanted me to try it. She's just like, just try it. Just try first person. It won't bite. And I wanted to write something that was voicey and where you were really in a main character's head. I love rogues. I love like characters that seem to be prickly but are big squishy marshmallows, and I love a hotshot pilot. My obsession with Starbuck was intense. So
it was like, palatable in Crown Chaser.
You're welcome.
Like, that was a question that I was going to ask like towards the end, but I'm glad you just addressed it.
Let's bring this all out here. I've definitely told this story, I think, before, but Katie Sackhoff went to Denver StarCon in 2009, and my friend lived in Colorado Springs, and it was April, and there was a snowstorm, and I drove through it so that I could go stand next to Katie Sackhoff for like 10 seconds and get a picture with her. And that was my intensity of love for Starbuck.
I would have short-circuited.
I kind of did. I did that thing where all I could do was smile at her and giggle, but she was great. And then I watched her do like a single person panel, and she was amazing. I also love Captain Mal. So like, Alyssa Farshad is definitely in conversation with Starbuck and Captain Mal and Han Solo and all of my favorite Heart of Gold hotshot pilots throughout the years of my sci-fi love. So
oh man, you nailed it.
Thank you.
Also, maybe a little of the pilot from Mass Effect as well.
That's fair. I have not played very much Mass Effect.
What?
Oh
my gosh, how?
I don't
Okay.
know.
You have to.
Okay.
There's.
I broke you again.
There are just so many. The feel.
I'm so sorry. Guys, just take a minute here. Ash needs a minute.
You need to.
I will.
That's it.
I will. Part of my problem is that my video gaming time is kind of short these days. But I'm trying to like remind my Xbox how it's supposed to work and hopefully get back into gaming a little bit more.
Well, that's your problem. You have an Xbox.
Oh no, here we go.
No, just kidding. I used to have an Xbox too before I upgraded.
Oh, look, I did not come here to start this war. I did not come here to start the video game console war.
I mean, PS4, I love you.
Anyway, where'd your inspiration come from? You have to answer the question to both of us.
I thought, okay, fine. So, okay, so the inspiration for Among the Bees and Briars of Inuyasha was episode 13 from Inuyasha. But it was also, so you know the Taylor Swift song Out of the Woods?
Yeah.
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 That's it.
Episode 13.
Episode 13 mixed with Out of the Woods. Yep.
That's perfect.
Yep. Like I'm just gonna own it because eventually it will come out anyway. I mean,
I think that's perfect. That's exactly the kind of energy we need.
Good. Yeah, we need to project more like Taylor Swift, like no holds barred, like energy out into the universe. Just
like
all bake a bunch of Biden cookies.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I love cookies, so.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna do another question. This one is from Amparo Ortiz, whose book Blaze Wrath just came out last week, and she thought that I wouldn't bring that up. She is bananas. You should
go buy it.
Yes, it is. It is a dragon riding games in a World Cup, and a girl
Dragons.
Gets on her team for Puerto Rico, and she gets to represent the country of her heart, her home country, and it is so good. And you guys can buy it. And good. She is embarrassed in the comments. That was
great.
I love you. She asked, "What kind of plushie would you be? Foxes excluded."
Oh, that's mean. I'd be a possum.
You'd be a possum?
I'd be a possum. Just I'd be just like a trash animal, just chilling and like in a trash can, just eating my fandom trash,
I don't know that I can answer. I can't top that.
Their little thingies are so cute. Oh my god, I saw one today from the Jupiter Fox Instagram, and he's got a little hat on.
I think you're the first person I've ever met who gets super excited and thinks possums are cute.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to show you this possum.
Are you talking about American possums? Like North American possums?
Yes, North American.
The ones in my backyard that my dog chases.
Yes, they're so cute. They're adorable. I mean, you cannot say this guy is not cute.
I don't think it's cute. No, I don't think it's cute. I'm sorry. Can we keep a running?
She didn't mean it. I promise.
Break you. It's not my thing. It's not my thing.
They're so cute, and they can't get rabies, unlike raccoons, which can get rabies.
That is fair. I did not know about their rabies immunity. That definitely puts them up the list a little bit because.
And they're actually very clean animals too.
Okay. All right. You could convince me. Like, we could have a separate conversation where, like, you make the pitch for possums.
I will give you a PowerPoint on why possums are like the superior animal.
All right, I'm down for it. I am willing to be convinced. I will say that is of the possums I've seen, that picture was the cutest possum I have seen.
With the little hat, it was so cute.
I mean, the hat.
Catherine, no, we're not doing a possum shifter fantasy. No.
Well,
no.
You can't say no, never. You never know. You don't want to box yourself in like that, Ash.
It is a very good idea, but I couldn't do it. I mean, look at the judgment over here. Look at the judgment from my peers.
I mean, look, we start with converting some people, and then when
Katie,
we're on your side,
I know you're you. Don't worry. You're the only one who would do that. You're literally the only one. I'm speaking of which, Katie Locke's in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely need to call Katie Locke out.
They are a fantastic YA author.
Yes. Don't we have no more book titles for Katie?
We do. We have The Girl with the Red Balloon, and then we have the sequel, which is oh no.
What?
I forgot what it was called.
The Spy?
The Spy, yes. Yes, The Spy with the Red Balloon. There we go.
There's a horror on your face.
I was this close to being, it's the Stucky fanfic.
It's the Stucky. I mean, that's probably the selling point.
That is the selling point.
Yes,
it's not Stucky fanfic.
This Rebel Heart. It's a little ways out. It's 22. Spring 22. This Rebel Heart is also coming out. So keep an eye out because Katie has some amazing books out there.
It is so good. I got to beta read it, and I just have to say that it's Katie's best book so far. It's just
and that is
it broke me.
That's amazing.
It broke me like 7 ways to Sunday, right? I'm still broken.
We're not talking about our own books.
Okay, all right. I guess we'll go back. I guess. Also, it's a whole spiel. Yes. Also, there's an anthology as well that Katie Locke edited, and like it's so good. Also, they've got picture books.
That's true. Multi-talented and romance books.
And they're an amazing editor if you ever need like your manuscript looked at.
Okay, here's another question from Ellen.
Okay.
Would Carys do better in space, or would Alyssa do better in a cursed forest if they had to switch stories but kept their main character traits?
Carys would do really badly in space.
I think Alyssa would probably do pretty well in the cursed forest.
Of course she would. I mean, she's a rogue.
Right. I mean, Alyssa's like, balls to the wall, let's jump over that cliff and see what happens, kind of extremely opposite of me for the record. I would do terrible in both space and a cursed forest. I would not do well in either. So, but Alyssa would do probably pretty good.
Carys would probably die within the first like 10 minutes because she'd be like, I need to get off this space station or off this ship. What do I do? Pushes a button, ejected out into space.
Same though.
Carys is a lot of things. She's not very smart. She's my level of smart. Which is not.
Oh.
Listen, my SAT scores were abysmal.
Okay, but that's like a whole other soapbox I could get on about.
Yeah, about like testing and how to design actual, like, yeah.
Okay, we got another question. What books are you currently loving? You're on super deadline. Do you even have time to read right now?
You know, I can recommend some books that I blurbed earlier this year.
Yeah, do it.
Legendborn by Tracy
Excellent.
Dion. It's so good. Excellent. Let's see here. This is How We Fly. Oh gosh, I forgot the author though. It is about a girl who joins a Quidditch team. Yeah, Anna Moreno. Thank you, Mariano. It was so good. I absolutely hate that that J.K. Rowling like did what she did this year because it's going to like shy a lot of people away from that book, I think. But it was a really good book about like finding your place and finding where you fit in and like it's so good. It's so good, and I'm so mad that like this year went the way it went for Harry Potter. Like,
but you can not support J.K. Rowling monetarily, but still support a really amazing author who, like many of us, found a lot of footing in that fandom for many, many years before JKR decided to just crap the bed with crap life choices.
Exactly. So please, instead of like buying any more Harry Potter paraphernalia or whatever, just buy This Is How We Fly. It is fantastic. And it's edited by my old editor, Kelsey Murphy. So, so good. Mwah. A+. What else did I read this year? Like Other Girls by Britta London is so fantastic. I think Britta just put the cover up on the Instagram, and I loved that book so much. It was exactly what like my like deep Southern football loving heart needed. It was nice. It was very good, and it's very queer, like super queer, and I love it.
I have been reading a lot of arcs from my fellow 2020 debuts. Right now I'm reading These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, which is so good.
Jealous!
It is really, really good. It comes out November 17th, I believe. It comes out next month.
Oh, man.
And also, like, just the most entertaining. She's so entertaining on Twitter and TikTok, so you should go follow and check out her book pre-order. Also, I actually, this one is a little bit belated, but I listened to the audiobook for Goddess in the Machine by Laura Beth Johnson, which was
so good,
which was really good. It was just such an interesting, fresh take on science fiction and, just a really fantastic, like, love interest, twisty, turny character. Like, it's good. It was good stuff. So those were my two latest reads. Oh, I'm listening to Lobizona by Romina Garber right now.
Ooh, how is that?
It is so good. And I already knew that the writing was going to be good, but the narrator for the audiobook too is just A+.
Oh man.
So like her voice is so musical. It's so good. So definitely check those out too.
I am definitely going. I've been eyeing that one, especially the audiobook, because I've heard it so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been able to read much lately, and it's been really, really bad. But I have been listening to a lot of podcasts.
Yes.
A lot of podcasts.
Adventure Zone.
Oh, Adventure Zone. I was recently listening to Ghoul Intentions. It's a podcast about these two voice actors who are like best friends, and they basically drink Moscow mules and tell each other ghost stories.
That's amazing.
It's so good. And they're very fun. And like my anime weeb heart like loves dubs, so it's like Michael J. Tatum and the voice of Mount Lady from My Hero Academia, and so I was like, I love this. It was good.
Okay. I'm gonna keep us a little more on track. We're gonna stay on track. We're not gonna get off into like D&D stuff or podcast stuff.
Proud of
you, Katie.
Thanks, Katie.
What part of
Okay, let me do the next one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What part of your new book brought you the most joy to write? It is a lovely question. I agree.
It is a good question. Alyssa Farshot is probably one of the easiest voices I have ever written. So anytime, like, it was a joy just to like sit there and write in her head. And that, like, I could write it and it didn't matter what was playing. It didn't matter. Like, usually I need to like know music with lyrics, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I liked just kind of sitting and like starting to write and just letting her spitball and be like, that planet over there, this is the funny stuff that happened to me over there. And like half of that got cut. Like my editor was like, we do not need this. But it's still pretty freaking fun for me to write.
I mean, it's also good like character development just in your head so that you know.
Yeah. It's good for the spin-off fanfics too.
Absolutely. Twitter fix. Hello.
Twitter
Listen,
fix.
I'm trying to make fetch happen. I'm trying so hard to make fetch happen.
I like it.
All
right.
I guess it's my turn.
Yeah.
The part that brought me the most joy to write was the entire thing. I mean, I started writing it right after the election in 2016. And I wrote the first draft in like a 2-week span because I just needed to escape. I needed to get away for a while. And so I like went into this story. And I just wanted a book that might have some perils and some darkness to it, but I wanted something that in the end, like you knew it was going to be okay. Like I wanted a book that had that sort of certainty in it, because we don't have that right now. I mean, we don't have any of that. So I wanted to write a book where like where you knew, or like where the reader trusted me that I would tell a story that would end happy, because that's what a fairy tale is, in the end, is that like unless you're Hans Christian Andersen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But that's an entirely different like dissertation that we can go on. I really like happy endings, and I really like promising my readers happy endings because I don't know, I just really like the certainty of it.
Agreed. I feel like a lot of escapist books were born in the wake of that particular month in 2015, 2016. What year is it? Fuck, I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't watch my mouth.
It's fine.
Anyway, yes.
Yeah. But do not tell me how many times I had to rewrite this book, and do not ask Nicole Brinkley, who read a part of this book, and he was like, Ashley, where's the second part of this book? So I realized I had only given her half of the book. I wrote 80,000 words. That was only half of the book. And she had to tell me, Ashley, this is only half of the book. Do you know what that's like?
I don't, but I'm getting the intensity of it through the screen, which is really impressive.
I just like, Ashley, this is half a book. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's the whole entire book. And she was
I
like,
wrote 80,000
nope.
words. That's the end. That's when you stop.
That was my thought. I was like, that's where you stop. And she was like, nope. No. And I was like, okay, all right, well, we'll see. And so I went to my editor, who was like, Ashley, I read this. It's half a book. And I was like, no. It was just me crying in a corner, just realizing that like I hadn't written an ending whatsoever.
Endings are entirely overrated. You just write 80,000 words, and wherever you're done, you're done.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
All right, it is 10:04.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's ball game.
I think it might be ball game.
I guess it's 10:04 by my clock.
Wait. Pretend you don't see me.
Oh no.
What?
You walked away again. There we go.
Oh,
There
hey,
it is.
look, the bookseller's back. Who
Oh,
knew? Oh my gosh.
It's like we're on the
Weird.
I had that planned, and then I was like, oh, I need to pop back on screen. And then the planning I had totally went away. So that was that awkward moment.
Oh no. If we didn't get to your questions, feel free to tweet us your questions.
Absolutely.
We'll be more than happy to answer them.
And I really do hate having to call pumpkin time on this conversation because you two are an absolute phenomenal treat, and it's such a joy getting to hear you guys talk and your amazing books and just all the love and amazing, awesome bookishness. We all need more of that. Let's be honest.
We do, but I am now sweating through my jacket. So
Yeah. Cardigan.
When the aesthetic starts to be sweated through, you know it's time to call the event, ladies and gentlemen. And since we are all in cardigans and our coverings of some sort, we will now say have a good evening to all of the amazing readers and authors for attending.
Thank you so much for coming.
The chats were so much fun to get to read and everything, and there were so many good questions. Like Ashley said, if you guys had questions that didn't get answered, make sure that you ask them on Twitter, ask Rebecca and ask Ashley, and just thank you guys so much for such an amazing event and such a best Monday ever. Best Monday
ever.
That says something. And bookseller hat right back on. Purchase their books or any of the books that they were talking about. We have had the links for these books in the chat section over there. Vivian, shout out to you because I saw your comments and all the booksellers are giving you major hearts right now. And
mine's on this side. I feel weird now.
We'll just do this.
There we go.
We'll just circle in whatever direction. Wait, this is what the directions back in.
There's the vote. Yeah, now you can vote. We got the vote.
Oh, the vote.
We're not even pointing in the right direction.
No, we're not.
Oh, well.
We're just gonna end the event. Everyone go have a dance party.
Please.
In your life. Good Monday. But I don't want to end it. I don't want to, but I have to. So thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you so much, Rebecca. Everyone, go buy their amazingly awesome books. And I hope that next time we get to celebrate your books in person with your lovely faces. But this was pretty freaking awesome.
Yes.
This was fantastic. Thank you all so much for coming.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Stay safe.